A few days ago, I asked my fans to drop some Bedwars hot takes and I might make a video on it. And today, I'm going to be reviewing over 173 different Bedwars hot takes. Let's get right into it. The first hot take we have is, they should remove like 80% of the Bedwars dream game modes, either permanently or temporarily, and just keep the ones people like in rotation. Example, castle in one block. Honestly, this is not a bad idea at all. I think they could honestly implement this in a way of having these dream modes come in 1 month at a time instead of changing weekly, like having the majority that are favorited out for a longer period of time. Actually, back in 2018, the dreams modes would rotate monthly, but since there's like 8 or 9 now, I think, they rotate weekly, and honestly, this is a pretty solid take. Next up, we have a $5 overlay can tell you who's cheating, but Watchdog doesn't have a clue. The obfuscation has to go. It's the only way to avoid cheaters. This is a very amazing take right here. There are a lot of communities with overlays that have a system where you can blacklist different players for cheating. I actually have access to one of these, and the obfuscation is preventing us from seeing the cheater in the game before we get into it. So if obfuscation got removed, we could literally see every single cheater in your game and you could dodge them. But unfortunately, I don't think obfuscation is ever getting reverted. I would love for it to get reverted, and honestly, I don't mind it that much. But this is an amazing take and it is 100% correct. In fact, you can actually get free overlays that show cheaters. Coldest take, make all players that are 19 stars or below have their own lobby. That's a very unique star, 19. I think they already have that system with 8 stars, but honestly, why not? I mean, maybe for 20 stars or below, but who knows if queues will even start for higher star players. Monthly FKDR completely depends on what game mode you play. What I mean by that is I have 7 monthly FKDR in solos, and I think I'm better than people with 15 or 20 in 3s and 4s. It is also easier to get wins in finals in 3s and 4s because there's 4 teams instead of 8, and you can get a maximum of 9 to 12 final kills instead of 7. This is 100% correct. For example, I average about a 50 FKDR when I play solo, but I average about a 150 to 200 when I play 3s or 4s, depending on how many cheaters I queue that month. But yeah, honestly, monthly FKDR is kind of a good judgment on skill, but it's also not, just because some people tend to get hacked on a lot more than other people, but this is a great take. Destroying a bed feels better than getting a kill. Honestly, it really does. That's an amazing take. Bedwars Totally Normal is the best dream mode to come out. I honestly think it's one of the better ones, but it's definitely not the best. I think Castle's still the best, although nowadays Castle is kind of bad compared to what it used to be. Back in like 2019 to 2020, Castle was so peak. Solos is the hardest game mode in Bedwars, and it's not close, like for win streaking, but also overall. I don't really think that's a hot take because I think solos is the hardest game mode, and I think a lot of people agree with that. Cheaters ruin games, but are what make the games entertaining. Honestly, Spoopy Man, that is probably the best take so far. Cheaters do in fact ruin the games, but when you fight a full team of cheaters and end up beating it, it is so fun and entertaining and just feels super rewarding. Solo FKDR is the best indicator of skill. To an extent, yes, but I feel like FKDR can never actually be measured on how good someone is. Cheaters are kind of fun to play against if they're not flying around taking every bed. It just really makes you strategize more and think tactically because you can't out PvP a cheater. That is a great point. Most cheaters don't have any game sense, so if you can just outgear them, you can probably kill them. A high level doesn't mean you're more skilled, just makes you look like a booster. I don't entirely know what he means by that, but being a high level doesn't really mean anything. Like, for example, the highest Bedwars level, War OG level 7000, has lost to DeWeer in a 1v1. Bedwars level literally does not matter at all in PvP at all. I don't get why people have like the assumption. Sure, it comes with experience, but if you're just playing normal Bedwars, you're not going to pick up on any of the advanced PvP techniques. The OG maps are the best and they should never be out of rotation. Yes, please, bro. We gotta have all the OG maps in at one time. I actually love the OG maps. All maps should have fast iron gens unless the rushes are really close to each other. Example, Dewey. I honestly disagree. I don't really like fast iron maps. I feel like there's like less skill involved than slow iron, because slow iron you actually have to strategize on how you spend your resources early game. It's best to always rush after getting 20 iron and use it on wall. In solo, I definitely disagree. I would rush at 26 iron to get a stone sword and a stack of blocks, but yeah. Punch bows are the best thing to buy to clutch games consistently. Honestly, yeah. Hypixel needs a better anti-cheat if they want new legit players to play Bedwars. They do need a better anti-cheat, although blatant cheating is as nerfed as it's ever been. I think Jump 5 is only good in clutch escape situations or when you're trying to invis. I think they are useless otherwise. I don't get how hot that is, but yeah. Honestly, there are other situations where it's necessary. For example, like you have a bed, a team is being annoying, you want to go jump boost TNT them, you can jump down, place the TNT, jump boost up. If you can upstack properly, drop down, get the bed. But yeah, if you're fast enough and a good enough PvPer, going for beds instead of kills is the best strategy in some servers. I mean, yeah, but if you don't kill them, they're more than likely going to revenge rush you and you're going to have 3 different players on you at the same time. Noobs get paired with sweats instantly. I mean, yeah, unfortunately Bedwars player count is not as high as it used to be, so they can add a matchmaking where there's 3,000 stars in the same queue, because there's only like 23,000 stars server wide, so it just would not be possible for us to queue games. Why is Dewir not actually busy in college? I am not Dewir, so I don't know. Rotational items should be either only a private game feature or its own dream mode. Also, punch bows should be like 12 Ms or have low durability. I think punch bows should be 8 Ms and get rid of the power. Like, why does a punch bow have power on it? That's actually so stupid, but that's a great take. Obsidian should cost more than 8 emeralds. I don't think so. I think it's fine where it is. Dream game modes should count for win streak and FKDR. No, that's just not going to be possible. Rotating items are absolutely terrible. I think some of them are alright, but for the most part, they are pretty useless and terrible. My hot take is Hypixel should make polls if a Dreams Bedwars mode should exist for long or be made a permanent feature. I mean, that would be so good if Hypixel could actually communicate with their community, but that's literally never going to happen, but that's an amazing take. It would be more fun with modern PvP. If done properly, it definitely could be, but we know Hypixel doesn't do things properly very often. No one is too good for a bed defense. It takes like a second to make and has saved me many times. I've also beaten several way better players solely because their bed was exposed. That is 100% facts, bro. That is a great take. Just placing down 1 layer of wool can save your bed and help you win a game. 2 layers of wool is even better. Every single game is exactly the same. Definitely not, no. XP should be halved in doubles and 1/4 in 3s and 4s. Stars are way too inflated nowadays. You should get the most XP from solos. I mean, you do get the most XP from solos, but yeah, stars are way too inflated. Like, it's actually so stupid. Like, it used to take you over 2 hours to just get 1 level. Now you can get 1 level in like 40 minutes of solid grinding. You can get a star in 30 minutes with insane grinding, but it's just sad, man. Like, Bedwars levels are way too inflated. In about 2 to 3 months, everyone on the lifetime stars leaderboard will have 4K plus stars. I think number 10 is like 3,800, so yeah, very likely to happen. Ranked Bedwars only hones a small skill set that doesn't translate at all to normal Bedwars, and a heavier emphasis on bedfight absolutely not helping to improve normal Bedwars. Prax, you're entirely right. Ranked Bedwars does not really translate at all to normal Bedwars. Just because in normal Bedwars you have more than 2 teams and you're not just taking 25 bridge fights per game. People cry too much when they play against cheaters. 100%, I'm one of them. I don't know why, because they're giving me free content. Hashito would beat Dewir in a solo Bedwars game. Absolutely not. Hashito, I think, has had the same like skill level from back when he was in 2018. His FKDR has dropped so much. I'm sorry, Hashito, if you're watching this. You're still amazing, but Dewir would definitely beat Hashito. Entirely remove spam items like fireballs, bows, etc. and just make the game more skilled. Honestly, I would not mind if all those items got removed. 1-star players should not be in lobbies with 4K star players. Well, they're not, unless they're in a party with someone who's above 8 stars. Bedwars matchmaking is fair. I mean, I wouldn't really say it's fair. If Bedwars had more players, it could be more fair, but it's as fair as it can be. Bridge eggs are better than pearls. In some spots, yes, but overall pearls are definitely still better. Remove useless dream modes like Voidless and make the community have the vote on which ones they want in the next 6 weeks. Like I said earlier, it would be awesome if Hypixel did a poll for it, but unfortunately, I don't think that's ever happening. God bridging is better than tele bridging. I mean, I can't do either. I'm a complete bot when it comes to advanced bridging methods, but honestly, I think God bridging is definitely easier and probably more consistent than tele bridging would be. Keep Ultimate V2 as an actual mode, and fireballs have no reason to be able to actually kill people on bridges instantly. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but I assume you mean fireballing them and it just like knocks them in the void. I mean, that's kind of how they work, unfortunately. Silverfish are severely underutilized. You can use them to start combos as the distraction and to stop someone from breaking your bed from a distance. I've won games I had no right to win just by spamming Silverfish and attacking them when they're stuck. You're 100% right. If you guys actually watch my videos, you'll see how often I use Silverfish to help me in insane situations. Prestiges should not be customizable, and the obfuscation update was a net positive to Bedwars. I think to an extent the obfuscation update was a net positive, but it was also a net negative. I think it was just a big win-lose situation, and I believe prestiges should be customizable, but only to some extent. Bed defenses are absolutely trash in solo except for wool. For the most part, yes, but doing an endstone defense on fast iron never hurts. Invis and obbies should be removed. I wouldn't even be mind if invis got removed. I mean, literally it feels like 90% of the player base uses ESP, so invis is practically useless. It's not actually 90% by the way, probably like 10%, but yeah. Win streaks aren't really impressive if you're blatant or playing with hoppers, or at least far less impressive than legit win streaks. The only thing I can say about getting a win streak if you're blatant or playing with hoppers is better than 6 queuing or literally getting the whole lobby filled with your friends just to not fight a single actual person. Stealing final kills and rage baiting the guy you stole from is the best feeling. Honestly, yeah bro, I love stealing final kills. If you guys watch my videos, I am so insane. People who cheat for no stats are more offensive than people who cheat for good stats. Example, I am more upset fighting a 200 star 1 FKDR cheating than a 1k star 25 FKDR. Yeah, it honestly makes no sense. Like, you guys ever just queue like someone 100 star or 200 star with a 1 or 2 FKDR who's just violently cheating? Like, what is the point? Like, you need one final kill to recover your FKDR if you take a final death. Whereas if there's a 1k star 25 FKDR cheating, they actually kind of have stats to cheat for. It's not right. You definitely shouldn't cheat, but kind of have a reason to. Skill-based matchmaking should make prestige correspond with prestige. Example, stone to stone and gold to gold, but after 1000 stars, it's just 1000 plus. Unfortunately, that's never gonna work because there's not enough players in Bedwars, and it might take over 30 minutes for 1000 star games to queue. I honestly think ladders should be banned. Who TF even ladder clutches nowadays? A lot of people actually, and honestly, I wouldn't mind if ladders got removed. I mean, they're just kind of mid. Maps on Bedwars and Hypixel in general are old AF. Bedwars needs new maps. We've been using almost decade-old maps at this point. Honestly, I don't mind the decade-old maps, but Hypixel could add new maps. And last but not least, we have the final one, remove bows. Honestly, no, I don't want bows removed. I don't think that's a good take. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this different style of video. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.